you had the long wait to get here, but just now that you got a chance to know who you're playing, and just what struck you about watching the Rangers, the time you faced them, and just watching them in the playoffs here?
Yeah, I mean, at this time of the year, when you're down to 4, it's going to be 4 elite teams. So they're an elite team. They have the blueprint to be an elite team. They got a great goalie, really solid defense. Obviously, some offensive guys there, in Fox in particular, and then some very, very skilled forwards, great special teams, and then not only the skilled forwards, they got a lot of depth. They have guys that certainly play the role and have done a tremendous job. So, watching the game last night, whoever we were going to play, it was going to be a huge test, our toughest one yet, and we're looking forward to that challenge.
Stephen, with Shesterkin, what kind of challenges are there with him? I mean, he's almost very similar in a lot of ways to what you have in Andrei Vasilevsky, and just to trying to find ways to beat him after watching Carolina struggle there.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are going to make the comparisons. We know what we have in our guy, and obviously, he's had a tremendous year in New York, great regular season, and he's on a really good run right now. But I think for us, no matter what goaltender we've played, over the past couple of years, I mean, it's not the main focus. We got to go out there and play our best, and if it's going to be a low-scoring series, it's going to be a low-scoring series. We're totally fine with that. If you got 2 elite goaltenders and 2 teams that are willing to defend, then so be it. We have to be comfortable in that situation. Obviously, we don't know exactly how it's going to play out, but when you have 2 really good goalies, that's usually the case. So, our group is comfortable in playing that way, and we'll see how it goes.
Victor, how much do you take from those three matchups in the regular season? Obviously, a couple of them were December or January, but I mean, how much can you take of those, or do you not take very much out of those games?
Not very much, to be honest, but at the end of the day, we know what kind of team they are, and we've obviously they had our numbers in the regular season, but this is a different time of the year, and for us, we, like Stamkos said, when it's down to 4 teams, there's elite teams left, and we're one of them, and they are too. So it's gonna be a great series, and they've had 2 hard-fought series going to 7 games. So they just played yesterday and back at it tomorrow. So we got to get in today, and then get ready for the game tomorrow. Get our legs going again, get into game mode, and it's gonna be a fun series. Me and Stamkos, we've been a part of this before, 7 years ago, so it'll be a great time again to go up to New York, and it's a good building to play in, so we're super excited.
Joe?
This is for either of you guys, but it seems like you guys can play it any kind of way, like a running gun style or a 2-1, 1-0 game. And I was wondering what makes it about this group that able to do that kind of thing, and how was that process like in getting there to where you feel comfortable playing both style of game?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I don't think there's been a lot of run and gun games in the last 2.5, playoff runs. That's what we tried to get away from in order to be successful at this time of the year. So, we have the skill set to do that, but we want to come into games and be tough to play against, and try to suffocate teams and try to not give them very good opportunities. Obviously, you're not going to play a perfect game. That's why you have Vasi back there. But for the most part, we want to play the tight checking game, and I think New York plays that way too. I mean, they had great numbers in the regular season in terms of defending. They just showed that again the last couple of games, and so that's what I would expect. I would expect a hard-fought, tight-checking, series, and that's the mindset we're having.
Victor, you got guys in your room that haven't been there before to the finals. How do you help them out with that? Did you talk to them, or what do you guys do that been there and done that?
Yeah, I mean, we same last year, Ross especially. But, they've shown in the first 2 rounds, it's just, what kind of gamers they are. Feel like they're they're built for this, and it's not much need to be said. It's on to the next round, and you got to up your game. That's the bottom line. It gets harder and harder as we go on, and there's not much else to be said. Still a hockey game. We still got to go out there and play our way, and we just got to do it to perfection as much as we can. And for Paulie and Hags, that's it's going to be a great feeling for them, I guess. I bet going into the first conference finals, but we're going out there and playing our game and keep building on what we accomplished in the last rounds.
Take two more questions. First one right here.
This is for either one of you. Do you see some similarities with this Rangers team and the team that you had in 2015, the same kind of playoff battle, and there's that mixture of youth and experience there?
I mean, it's tough to compare teams. I don't know what's going on in their locker room, but from the outside, yeah, I mean, they have a lot of good young players that this is, going to be their first conference final and going to be their first, taste of getting this far in the playoffs. But, they have some guys that have been there before too. I mean, there's a few guys that we played a couple years ago that are still on the team in the conference finals. I mean, they went to the finals. I think there's some guys that are still left there. So, I mean, that's every team. You have a good mix. Certainly we have a lot of guys that have experience, but, you gain experience as you go. They've gone through 2 rounds now, and, they've fought, like Hetty said, two game 7, so they got those games under their belt. So, I mean, it's just going to come down to who executes better. And, you don't find that out till you play the game. So we're looking forward to it.
Last question, back left.
And this is for either one of you, but I know you guys are in the thick of it, but the fact that you get to have Vasi and Igor in the same series, and also in the other series, there's McKinnon and McDavid, just this year in the playoffs, and to have that sort of stage set, especially where the media rights have changed this year and you're not buried in the channel where people can't find it, just what does that mean for you guys in the sport as you kind of promote your product continuously to the mass audience?
That's good for you.
You want the truth, or do you want my politically correct answer? Yeah, I mean, we don't care who's playing. We just care that we're here, to be honest with you. But if you take from a fan's perspective, if you want that perspective, I think it's great. You got amazing players over there on the west side of things, and you have amazing players here in the east. But we came here to win, so we don't care who we're playing, where we're playing, who's playing who. It's great for the game of hockey, absolutely, and there's no denying that. It's going to be a heck of a series in both sides, but it's about winning right now and whatever we have to do as a group to win. So we'll enjoy watching those games in the West. We get to be in New York tonight and have a team dinner and watch the game like we always have throughout the playoffs, but come tomorrow, it's a game day, and we have to find a way here to put ourselves in a good position after being off for a little bit here.